What's up, man? What is this?
I don't know, it's time new thing. It's like,
People on the Spotify are gonna be like, "What?" I like that though. That could be our new thing. I get the "What's up, man?"
I feel like I say the same thing every time.
I do. That's our thing.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, that's your job.
You know why? Because that's a '90s thing, right? The "What's up?"
What's up?
Was that '90s?
Ahead of the 90s. Ahead of it. And that's what we're talking about today.
Yep.
Everything
All
90s.
Things '90s.
All things 90s. Red Bull was not a 90s thing. That came later.
No.
It was 90s in like what? Thailand or somewhere out there? Philippines?
Probably.
Isn't that where it started? Anybody know that?
I don't. We had like
No.
Oh, sorry. You're talking.
It's
about,
on my list.
It's on your list.
Yeah.
I almost blew the list.
Yeah.
That's so sorry.
So sorry.
So
One thing that was the 90s, racist jokes were everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a
We
more.
were watching what were we watching? Something the kids were like, how are they getting away with that? I'm trying to remember what it was.
Well, we talk about movies all the time, like at work and stuff. Like you couldn't make that movie now. It's not '90s movies, but like like Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, like,
Sure.
you can't make that movie now.
No, we were watching something the other day, and the kids were like, this is racist. I'm like, yeah, welcome to the 90s. Yeah, that's how it was. I can't remember what they were talking. It was, I remember the subject was people of Asian descent. And I believe a Caucasian person was making an impression
Uh huh.
of an ambiguously Asian person. And my kids were like, what is this? I can't remember what we were watching or what we were talking about. But
Sounds like you need to clean your mind up.
yeah, well,
Stop watching these horrible '90s movies with your kids.
it's on TV.
Yeah, what are you
So,
gonna do? Yeah, you gotta push the button.
so Red Bull is Austrian, but
Austrian?
they took it from a drink in Thailand,
I knew it.
and it came out in the late 80s.
Yeah, and people were iffy about it because originally the rumor was that it had bull semen in them, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the,
I have heard that rumor.
but this is sugar free.
So it's it's good.
Kids.
You ain't falling for that. It's sugar free.
I don't know what that meant, but okay. So today we're talking everything 90s. Let's get into this before we
Yep.
get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
What is it about we talked about this for a second and it's like, oh, we need to do a podcast about this. What is it about talking about the 90s? I guess it's our era,
Yes.
but man, it's so fun.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right. I think it's the time we grew up, and I think the '90s was quite diverse
Yeah.
with everything, styles, music, movies.
Technology was booming.
Yeah.
Technology that was new in the 90s is already obsolete now.
Yeah.
And I guess you had some of that in the 70s and 80s, but not to the extent
Mm-hmm.
of the 90s. And I remember, like, my older brothers and sisters, they would talk about the 80s or even the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
because I've got a lot of siblings. And they would be nostalgic at it. But I think our level of nostalgia for the 90s exceeds any before. Maybe the closest one is the way people talked about the 50s.
Yeah.
I believe that was another era that sparked a lot of nostalgia in people. People still drive cars from the 50s, and
Mm-hmm.
they love that era of music and film and art, and everything in the 50s was kind of big. And I think that's how we look at the 90s now.
Yeah.
All right. So nostalgia, this sent me on a deep dive.
You're gonna get the science about it, right?
I went kind of on a deep dive here. We'll get through some boring stuff before we get to the fun stuff. Nostalgia, the word originally was meant to describe a feeling of homesickness. Almost to the clinical point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was like this, it was linked to memories, but it was also had this connotation of homesickness.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be personal or shared, like as a collective. So if you had a whole population of people that were displaced, nostalgia was sometimes used as kind of like this word for their feeling of homesickness that they had for better days, the good old days. And eventually, the words change in meanings. So the etymology of that kind of changed and shifted to where now we talk about like memories, the good old days, times that we longed for, and I think that's kind of how it shifted. And now we think of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
You have whole genres of nostalgia music and things like that. And so, kind of what we're getting into and talking about. And so, it can be memories that involve touch, taste, and smell. They're personal or shared. And I want to know if there's some, maybe if you can think of by the end of the podcast, something that you're nostalgic for that probably no one else experiences nostalgia for. That's a tough question.
That is a tough one.
But you got all the podcasts to think about it.
Might need another one.
Yeah, right. Originally, it was a negative. They looked at it as a disease. Now, and it's something to be avoided. Like if you're having nostalgic feelings, they would be like, "Oh, avoid that."
Quit living in the past.
Right. Yeah. It's like bringing us down. Now it's kind of looked at as can be virtuous, a valued experience, and even good for emotional health. They say it's like an emotional immune system. So it can be like a positive defense mechanism for us emotionally. So think about this. Comfort food, comfort shows, comfort music, and comfort activities. And if you could think about those 4 categories in your own life, do they have nostalgic origins? Like if you watch a certain show,
I think so.
Because I liked this when I was a teenager, in my 20s or whatever. It's got some kind of.
Are you doing anything on TV shows from the 90s?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Okay, because I was gonna say I didn't want to.
We can jump right in. We can talk about this as we go.
I was gonna say
we don't bore us from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, me and Jack made our kids watch all the TGIF stuff. And that was nostalgic. We watched Family Matters, Step by Step. We were like, oh, you got to see these.
I remember what it was now.
Uh-oh.
It wasn't all my kids. It was like, I think maybe Peyton and Estel was in there. I can't remember. We were watching America's Funniest
Home Videos. Yep, that was part of it.
And I think it was something on there that was kind of like iffy, but it was from the 90s.
Well, you had Bob Saget too hosting that. Full House was another show that was part of that lineup at one point.
Yeah.
Boy Meets World and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's a TGIF. What I would say is a shared nostalgic experience for our generation.
Yeah. But like I said, to the point where when we found, I think it was Family Matters or Step by Step first, just on, I think it was Hulu or something, and we was like, oh. And it took you right back to Friday nights.
Right.
Sitting in the house, and you made sure you were home at this time so you could watch all these shows.
Yeah. See, I don't have that experience with TGIF, though.
Yeah, I was every Friday.
Because my dad was like, we're not watching this.
Yeah.
He would watch, there was a show called Hunter.
Are you saying Sonny didn't like Steve Urkel?
He did not care for Urkel. Specifically Steve Urkel.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this we're watching?
I can see that.
Yeah, and we wanted to watch it bad.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. My sister did watch Full House. But I remember not being able to watch TGIF because we were in the stupid garden picking green beans and hoeing potatoes. And by the time we got back in, all that was off anyway.
Yeah, it was dark.
Watch it. Yeah. But I understand that. Those comfort shows.
Yeah.
Because I tried to watch He-Man with my son, Isaiah. And we started watching it. I was like, oh, I loved He-Man when I was a kid. Blah, blah, blah. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It didn't hold up. Like, in my mind, it was greater than... And he was a kid, and when we did this, he's like 10. And he was like, Dad, this is dumb. I was like, yeah.
But we loved it.
I didn't make him watch any more of it.
I'm pretty sure there's been movies we've done that. I'm pretty sure we've done that with some movies with our kids.
Yeah.
I can't think of
well,
off the top of my
the
head.
notorious one was all Jack's into the scary movies. and so is Maddox, Noah, and Nathan. They like all three of them like the creepy stuff,
Right.
and they watch these movies like and we were like, oh, Children of the Corn was the scariest movie
Oh yeah.
ever.
Terrifying.
So I was like, we have to watch this. And same thing with like, sit down, I think it was Maddox at first. It's like, hey, sit down and watch this. This is crazy, scary, creepy, blah, blah. We watched it. And even we were the same way. We were like, he was like, that was kind of dumb. And we were like, yeah, why was I afraid of,
Yeah.
you're afraid of a cornfield.
When we were kids, this was way scarier.
Yeah. So I told him, I was like, well, you don't live next to a cornfield.
Right. So then it connects us. It can connect us socially. But there's a personal, ritualistic element to it. It can have a personal, ritualistic element. And I thought of you with this.
Okay.
Holidays. There's a nostalgic element to all of our holiday rituals
Mhm.
that we do, traditions.
Yes.
But it's human ritualistic activity.
Yeah.
You watch certain shows with your family.
Oh, yeah. We're big on the tradition
Yeah.
thing. So.
What is it? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, especially Christmas, I think, is probably the one we do the most stuff on.
Fat Man?
Yeah, we do. We do the Christmas Vacation as many times as we can. But I don't watch it until Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving night is the first time we watch it, and then we watch it as many times as we can up until Christmas. But we do the first Simpsons episode on Christmas Eve, because it's a Christmas episode when they get their dog, Santa's little helper. And then we do Fat Man, which is a Mel Gibson Santa Claus movie, on Christmas Day.
So that connects with that comfort food, comfort shows.
Mhm.
Like some foods we like because we liked them when we were kids.
Mhm.
And then I'll go back and try some certain foods. I'm like, oh, I love this when I was a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's okay, it's good. But it enriches our psychological well-being, regulates stress reactions. So if you're stressing out,
You just
and
think about the good old days.
you can do a nostalgic thing or listen to a nostalgic song or whatever, it can regulate your stress response. And so involves neural substrates engaged in self-reflection. And so what that means is like neural substrates engaged in your self-reflection, how you view yourself. It can also regulate your self-esteem, like when you're really down on yourself. Something about remembering those good old days or doing a nostalgic act can keep you from dive bombing there.
Mhm.
Your autobiographical memory, like it can improve your memory response and reward processing. So there's a dopamine hit that we get whenever we do nostalgic things. And I would agree with that. We're going to talk about some of these nostalgic things, and I think we're all going to get a nice dopamine dump here. So
I'm already happy.
I know, I might have to. So the first thing on my list, and we can go about this however you want, but the first thing on my list was the one thing you wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Josta Cola.
Yes.
Josta Cola. Pull it up.
Had the reggae kind of tribal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like exotic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's small. Yeah. It had this puma on it, or what is that? Panther, maybe?
Something.
It said unleash it, like on it. I wish I had a better picture. I don't know why I picked that one. There's better ones on there, but.
I can increase it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, Josta Cola. And it had like same stuff like Red Bull's got, guarine and taurine and guarana, or I don't even know what you call it.
Stuff.
Well, this has the taurine in it, but that had some other stuff called guarina or what is it called?
Yeah.
Anyhow, it didn't taste great, but I remember drinking that stuff and being amped up. That was the original energy drink. Do you remember that stuff?
I do. Yeah.
You know the first place I saw it?
Where?
Wilson's General Store.
Wilson's General Store.
Yep, there's some nostalgia for you.
Yeah.
All you Elizabeth folk, all 5 of the people who live in Elizabeth, you'll remember Wilson's General Store.
Good honey buns.
That's where I got it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd probably drink that and 8 honey buns.
Yep.
from that.
So that's may have been why you were amped up.
jacked up on Josta Cola. And then after that, you had like Surge and what was was
Surge.
this what you were gonna say?
I was gonna say Surge was
Okay.
our
I
our
still
Red
let you.
Bull.
But
Yeah.
that was the original, right, Josta?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember Zima's?
Yes, they labeled them as sodas on this list I saw where, and I was like, I don't think they were. I mean, they were, right? I drink a lot of
They
soda.
were sodas. They were sodas, but I remember being able to get them pretty easy before I was 17. So.
Yeah.
Zima's.
Yeah, I had more than my fair share.
Yeah, of Zima. And then Crystal Pepsi.
Yep.
I got a picture of this too. Crystal Pepsi. I remember we were like all shocked by this.
Oh yeah. Amplify.
Now, this is the original Crystal Pepsi. Do you know they came out with this again in 2008? Like it was a nostalgic retro.
Oh, came back
thing.
down.
But this is the original because you can see in the 90s, here's some factoids for you. They changed the Pepsi logo right as the 90s started to just that circle with the wave on it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Jack. Should be another one on there. It says 91 or something like that, or 90. Yeah. There's the original. I think this was like 91 or whatever. And then they changed it to that circle. But in 2008, they went to that, it looked like a sale because of Barack Obama's
Oh,
Yes We
campaign?
Can thing.
Gotcha.
It was
Okay.
like kind of to mimic that.
Is Barack
I remember a lot of conservative Christians
not drinking Pepsi?
mad at Pepsi because
We're Coca-Cola people now.
because it looked like Barack Obama's.
Was Barack a Pepsi guy?
I have no idea. I don't even know if it mattered. But now they've changed it back to something kind of similar to that. I don't know if I got another picture.
I bet he didn't drink a Pepsi.
This is the other one that you had.
Oh yeah, that's what they changed it to in '91. And I remember that.
I remember this one.
I remember when they changed it, the logo. Everybody's like, "Oh, they changed it."
Yeah, I think that's all I've got.
Okay, that's all I got on that. But Crystal Pepsi
Yeah.
tripped me out. I remember that.
Well, yeah, it's clear. Man, sodas aren't clear. All right, that's my turn.
Yeah, and I've got tons of things. So whatever you want to talk about.
Tons of things. All right, we're gonna go right into the music. So, doing my hard-hitting research, I figured. And I don't know if we've done this before. We may have. So sorry if you're gonna get a repeat. And I was thinking, what would be the big four metal bands of the '90s, right? So I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Of the '90s.
Of the '90s.
Okay.
So like you have the big four, and I consider the big four. That's probably more '80s.
Let me write them down. Just see. Let's do a game. I'll write them down, and you tell me if I'm close.
You already know which four
yeah.
you want? Oh, okay, all right. Well, I got a list of the top 10 metal bands of the 90s. So I was going to give you a little bit of help.
Okay.
Trying to see what you're writing.
Oh, sorry.
You're good? But I'll go ahead and give you mine while
Go ahead.
you're writing. So my big four would have been, I think Pantera definitely makes the list.
That's number one.
Yeah,
I'll just go right off
I
the
think, yeah. Then I would go Korn.
Oh, see, they would not make
Because
those.
I figured they were kind of, I give them the credit for the new metal type stuff.
Okay.
And then I would do Deftones
Okay.
and Tool. Yeah, I've recently been in the Tool, gotten back into Tool pretty hardcore.
Didn't know Tool was a 90s band.
We used to listen to them on the radio.
Tool.
Yeah.
Were they the '90s or did they come out in '89?
It was probably late 90s. Or, oh, you talking when they came out?
Yeah. Well, no, Nine Inch Nails was '80s, like late '80s.
Yeah, I think
they
so.
started.
So
But they were big in the '90s.
that was kind of my big four of the 90s.
See, I'm way
As
off.
far as metal.
I said Pantera, Sepultura, Corrosion of Conformity, and Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, nice.
But Suicidal Tendencies might have been late '80s too.
Only one of your bands made the list.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pantera was it?
Yep.
No Sepultura.
Nope.
Hmm.
This is
But this is metal. I'm talking about metal.
yeah,
And I would not consider Tool and Korn to be metal.
yeah. Yeah, you can.
New metal,
You
maybe
can make
on
that.
Korn.
You can make that argument.
Yeah.
I hear. Yeah.
Metal did change gears in the 90s, but there was still straight up metal in the 90s.
Yes, and some of these guys on this list you probably could put on there. But here's the crazy thing. This is what I was talking before we started. Was when I got this list. The only reason I wrote this down was because of the number one metal band of the 90s.
Just what I told.
No. Crazy Town.
Crazy Town.
Yeah, come my lady, come
Yeah.
my lady, you're my butterfly.
Sugar, baby. How they get
Well,
metal?
I realized when I saw this list, I said, Crazy Town. I was like, they have the butterfly song. That's not metal. But I kind of did a quick
Like the rest of their
research.
songs?
Yeah, they're kind of rap rock on their stuff.
Huh.
But yeah, Crazy Town, the butterfly song.
Now I'm gonna have to go do a deep dive on Crazy Town.
Yeah, I mean, I just skimmed through some of their stuff, and they were a little bit heavier than I would have given. Yeah, than Butterfly, but still wouldn't give them.
That's wild though.
Yeah. So number 2 is Pantera,
Okay.
which
They should be number one.
They should be number 1.
Okay.
And then Korn, then Faith No More.
Faith No More should be on my
They could
list.
have. That was one of the guys I was kind of thinking too.
They should have been on my list.
Then Tool,
Okay.
then Metallica,
Okay.
Fear Factory, Cannibal Corpse.
Fear Factory, yes. Cannibal Corpse is still, it's a different genre.
Yeah.
It's metal, but it's
Well,
like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They went all over the place with
yeah,
this
they're all,
list.
it's just a blanket metal terminology. Okay.
Yes, and Deftones, and then number 10 is a band called Death.
Yeah.
I didn't know them, so
Yeah, but again, death metal. They
Death
are
metal,
the
yeah.
death metal. Yeah. So you've seen Death, or you know of them. Their logo is like the D that's like this, and then the T has the sickle.
oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Death. Yeah.
yeah. But I thought it was a funny list too because like it's a '90s music list just about as far as like it could be called maybe rock metal.
Hard rock.
Yeah,
Hard
because really you can make the argument was Metallica really metal
in the
in the
90s.
'90s?
Yeah.
They were walking that line of hard rock and
Yeah, they had metal songs in the 90s,
Mhm.
but they were the hardest of rock probably.
yeah. And they'd have made my list if they weren't in the original.
I mean, compared to those bands though, they were heavy.
Well, yeah. I mean, out of all these bands, obviously,
Pantera's the heaviest.
yeah. But out of all these bands, Metallica's my favorite. But I figured I can't put them on the list because,
Right.
you had the Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth.
Yeah, they were big in the 80s also though. And some would say their best stuff was in the 80s.
Yeah,
Pantera was the 90s metal.
yeah. I think so. We agree on that. Yeah.
Of course we do. Now, Brandy did something like this in a talk she did recently about the 90s, and she did some nostalgic things in hers.
Mm-hmm.
And so hers, she mentioned like Tamagotchi, which I know culturally was a big thing.
Is that the
You
computer
kept some
pet
a
thing?
lot? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I never had one.
Yeah, I never had one either. So Tamagotchi, to me, wasn't going to be on my list. She also had like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's
Again,
what
culturally.
That's what I was gonna say. Other than metal, music was really diverse.
Yeah.
You had the boy bands that came
Right.
through, and
But not for me.
yeah.
Well, let's be honest. To my shame, there were some boy bands I listened to in the 90s. Not Backstreet Boys or NSYNC.
Oh, really?
No. Boys to Men,
Okay.
you know.
They got a little soul behind them.
Yeah,
So
Boys to Men was kind of the
I'm
thing.
sorry to lose respect for you.
I didn't care.
You
98
will.
degrees.
Yeah, 98 degrees.
98 degrees, I didn't have.
But you know, here's the crazy thing though about that is like, you go to me and Jack go to a lot of metal concerts and stuff like that. Like at Louder Than Life, you could see we watched Cannibal Corpse at Louder Than Life last year, and then when they're in between bands, they'll play bye 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 bye
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
people will just lose their minds and sing. So you got all these like goth and
Yeah.
metal
With
and
white
just-
faces,
Yeah.
like some Swedish band,
yeah.
metal band,
Yeah.
singing
You
bye
got-
bye bye. I know.
Yeah, you got all these hardcore dudes, and they're just bye bye.
It's Britney.
So yeah,
It's the same thing.
so yeah, there is a lot of that. But
How many metal bands have you seen cover
exactly?
those
Yeah.
songs? Britney Spears, all that stuff. So, but for me, musically in the '90s, what I remember was like a light going off. I loved Guns N' Roses, and I loved, Tom Petty and a lot of other stuff when I was younger. The Eagles, rock stuff, Motley Crue, some of that stuff. But there was a light that went off. My brother had got a bootleg cassette tape from somebody, and he liked it, but he wasn't really into it. He's like, "Here, try this." And on that bootleg, I don't remember what year this was. It was like 95, 96, somewhere around there. I remember people talking about Nirvana, but it wasn't big in our area really until after Kurt died. But when the light bulb went off for me, it was Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden on this bootleg cassette tape that my brother gave me. And the first time I heard that song, I remember exactly where I was. It changed my DNA. Something happened where I was like, oh, I'm a hard rock guy.
Yeah.
And there's just something about that song. So now when I hear Black Hole Sun, I'm like transported back in time. The sound, everything about it, I'm back in the 90s. You know what I mean? The other song that was on that cassette tape, on the B side was Thunder Kiss 65.
White Zombie? Yeah.
White Zombie blew my mind.
Yeah.
In 95, 96, whatever year that was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you remember how it was Nirvana, like this was middle school, for us it would have been middle school going into high school. Nirvana was big, but also, you remember how popular Marilyn Manson was?
Oh, Manson was the biggest.
Yeah. In a little hick town,
yeah,
Marilyn Manson was like everybody.
Yeah.
Like the preppy kids, all these different, everybody.
Yeah.
Was in the Marilyn Manson.
So Brady's talking about like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Now I remember for me thinking about Soundgarden, White Zombie, Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
It was a completely different circle of people we were hanging out with.
Well, also too, like one of the 90s, just late 90s bands that'll do that for me is Everclear.
Oh yeah.
I remember we got into that, like, that was probably the first, like, I was so strictly, like, I'm only listening to Metallica and metal bands. And Everclear was, like, the first band that, I think me and you both rocked that was So Much for the Afterglow, I think it was. And just listen to it.
It's like
over and over, and it
was great.
So anytime I hear Everclear, I think about my room, us playing music, and just being, like, totally geeking out over that.
We loved it. We thought they were going to be the biggest band ever. Yeah. This band rocks.
And it was totally out of, like, our character.
Right. Not our kind of stuff. Well, and there was, like, a shift that happened mid-90s. So about 92, 93, maybe even into 94. Like I said, I liked Guns N' Roses and some of those rock bands. But my world was, like, Garth Brooks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Joe Diffie. Diamond Rio.
Yeah, you're speaking Jack's language now.
Yeah, Sammy Kershaw.
Yeah.
Come on. We got who's the other guy? Aaron Tippin.
Oh yeah, Aaron Tippin. Yeah, with the mustache and the flat top.
He was the country version of Freddie Mercury, like the deeper voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, way.
Yeah, and then like right after when Black Hole Sun and Thunder Kiss 65 happened, I was like, oh, there's a different world out here for me.
Yeah.
And I kind of turned my back on all that Joe Diffie stuff. But Joe Diffie?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But yeah, so that was me musically in the 90s. I don't know what else you were hitting on back then. But
Oh, we discovered Dave Matthews in the 90s. Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah. Well, we became friends in what, 97?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that? 98, 97?
Yeah, it was probably around there, so.
So yeah. Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome times. I didn't even think about Dave Matthews on this list for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was thinking like that was stuff, and Everclear might be my answer for stuff that I get nostalgic about that nobody else does.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
When I hear that album, like I said, I just saying it out loud. I was like, that's got to be it, because like when I hear any of those songs off that album, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm back in the trailer in the Pellman Projects with my drum set, and and everybody's like, "Who?"
I don't know. Man, I don't know. Everclear is a pretty good answer.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good answer. And for me and you especially, because like you said, we had just started hanging out not too long before then. We were skating a lot. I remember watching on MTV and that one of their songs, Father of Mine, came on and watched that video. And so it was right about that time we were skating and stuff like that. But do you also remember Pop-Up Video?
yes, that's a VH1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
VH1 Pop-Up Video, I was obsessed with. I loved to watch all the background stuff on those.
yeah. For me, as far as like MTV and like music television and stuff like that, it was the countdowns. I like lists.
You like lists?
So like the countdowns and stuff. So I always like top videos and
So is this a comforting thing?
Mhm.
Going through lists right now?
it is. That's why I always make a list. I think
it always makes you happy.
we'll have to go back and do research. I think every podcast I've done a list.
What list do you not like?
What list do I not like?
Yeah, like chores. Jack
Yeah.
ever make you a list?
No,
You don't seem like a honeydew person.
She knows better.
I don't think she's. I think it's just not her personality. But
Yeah, probably so. I'm blessed.
I love pop-up videos. And I like MTV when music videos would play.
Mhm.
You'd watch, and then you learn about new bands. You know,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
stuff that was in your wheelhouse. You know, we watch it all. But also, this is a '90s thing for me. BMG and Columbia House,
The Death Trap,
the Death Trap. Yeah.
which I probably shouldn't say this out loud.
Oh, I screwed them so bad.
I was gonna say, well, they you'd get the what was it like a billion CDs for like a penny.
You get 12 CDs for a penny
Yeah.
from Columbia House. BMG was 12 for the price of one, I
Gotcha.
think.
And then they'd always get you with they would automatically send you
Yeah.
the month's pick or whatever.
And I would switch back and forth between them.
See, I was BMG, and they never sent me anything. So anytime I want to order that, I'd order it. But they would never send me the CDs that you'd have to send back or you would owe money.
See, I
They
would get
never
all the
would.
time.
Yeah, they never would.
Well, what happened
So I
was
beat the system.
I just didn't pay them.
Yeah, that's.
And then eventually they stopped sending me stuff.
I think you and probably everybody on the planet.
Well, eventually I was like, I don't want this CD. And I'd send it back to them. But some of them I just couldn't. So,
No,
sorry, Will. But yeah, BMG and Columbia House, I loved.
Oh, yeah.
Opened, what CD is this? You didn't know what it was. It's something you didn't even listen to. Like, you'd be like, oh, Diana Ross has a new album. That's weird.
Yeah, want to check it out?
Well, listen to this for a week. Put it in, just play. And I do miss that about the 90s. Putting the CD in, hit and play, we'll listen to the whole thing.
Yes.
You know, that's one thing that's not going on in music. And I was talking to Isaiah about this. I was like, one difference in music today, there's a couple things that I'm a little worried about. One is, we've talked about this, AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to ruin popular music. But what I think it's going to do is cause songwriters to have to make more original music to separate themselves
From AI type stuff, yeah.
yeah, we're going to put stuff out so individualistic. You know a computer did not make this. You know what I mean? And that was one thing about the 90s.
Yeah, anything went.
It was
As far as-
different.
Yeah.
Think about Chumbawamba.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Think
Yeah,
of
there was a
stupid
lot of-
stuff. Right Said Fred.
Yeah, there was a lot of good, bad music in it. Yeah.
Bad music, yeah. But there's good stuff too in those.
Mhm.
I mean, we talked about Squirrel Nut Zippers or the Flaming Lips.
Mhm.
Some good songs. You know, they were different. Promise.
Yeah.
Promise sucks.
Yeah, Promise sucks.
Yeah. No one sounded like you could not have an AI Promise. You know what I mean? And I think that's one thing it's going to move us into is that. But what I was talking to Isaiah about was like one thing that suffers in the music industry now is that we would get together just to listen to a CD.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got no other
Well,
agenda
they
here
would,
but to listen to this whole album.
They would have listening parties too. Like if you remember MTV they did one of the Metallica albums. I can't remember if it was Load or Reload, where you could watch all the, I guess, critics or whatever, journalists would sit down in a room and they just listen to the CD.
Right.
And, of course, they're making their notes on what they like, don't like, and stuff. But you could watch that on MTV.
And we would do stuff like that. We would sit in your room, just listen to the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now, when you listen to music, it's like because you're working out, you're on your way to somewhere, it's background music for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people are actually just like, I'm going to sit down and listen to this release. And songs are released different too. You have singles released over and over again, but you don't have the whole albums.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's not albums. Songs used to be connected to each other in albums. Like there was a flow and a reason to where this song was placed
Mm-hmm.
in this number on this album. And you don't get that anymore. That's one thing I miss about with iTunes is I'll go through my shuffle list and certain songs I'll hear, I'll be like, oh, this is supposed to have this other part after it that leads into this next song.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or this has an intro that's cut off of here because it was on the previous song that leads into this.
Yeah.
And I miss that sometimes. And even if you listen to it in order, for whatever reason, it doesn't flow the same way. So that's one thing I miss, but that was kind of a tangent. So
No, I agree.
I didn't know what else.
I'll tell you one thing that I always get that I didn't realize how much of a music nerd I was until you hang out with people that aren't. Like you said, like when we're at work or there's some have radio on, and you know, same thing. It's kind of background music and stuff like that, and like they'll play songs, and I'm like, oh, that's such and such, and they're like, oh, okay. What about this? Well, that's such and such, and they're like, how do you know all this? I'm like, what do you mean? I listen to it, just like you. And they're like, oh, I listened to it, but I didn't know who it was. And that's kind of like a tangent I was when I was like, how are you gonna listen to something that you have no idea?
Right.
Like I'm listening to this band Metallica. I don't, I just like this song, and that always blows my mind. Like people just listen to music, kind of like you said, just as like I guess background music. They like it, but they'll have no clue of the artist or anything.
I used to be like that until I started hanging out with him so much. And nowadays, he likes to play this game. Which one of us can say who it is the fastest, and I've gotten a lot better about it.
Yeah. Also, I'll shout out Maddox. Was a couple weeks ago. We something we like to do in our family too is like we'll get on YouTube and like do these trivia things. Well, Maddox was like, "Oh, we should do music. Who can guess the song quicker?" And I warned him. I said, "You don't want to play that game with me." No, we'll do it. And and Maddox, like I said, he's a lot like me with his music taste and stuff like that. And he knows I raised him right. He knows who he's listening to and stuff like that.
Right.
But we've listened to this stuff so much, like sometimes as soon as a note hits or a guitar sound hits, I'm like, oh, it's Pantera.
Right.
I destroyed him. So he's part of the pushing cards. He's going to be pushing cards listening to this.
Yeah.
I destroyed you.
You got handled, son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Me and Jeff had a moment like that recently. He was naming some band, I can't remember what it was, and I was like, no, that's this guy. Argued with me and failed. Don't argue with me on music.
That's right. We know our stuff.
Unless you're talking, 2010s R&B or anything like that.
Yeah, there's
you're
certain.
going to get us on all that. All right, now what about American Gladiator?
The
Oh, no.
best show ever.
American Gladiator Nitro.
That was my first crush. It was Helga.
Helga?
Hey, put the mic down.
He has a kettlebell. How big is the kettlebell?
80 pounds.
80-pound
Yeah.
kettlebell. He named it Helga
Yeah.
after the American Gladiator.
I think it's because you want Helga-sized muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember. The only female I think I remember is Lace. Something named Lace?
Maybe. I'm trying to remember their names now. I don't remember a lot of their names.
I don't remember a lot of them. Nitro, I remember.
Mm-hmm. Was there Blaze?
Blaze, maybe.
Sorry, American Gladiators, if we're
Yeah.
butchering
Do
this.
you want me to look him up?
Yeah, look them up.
American Idol. No.
American Idol?
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
Clay Clarkson.
Yeah.
Ruben Studdard.
He was the best gladiator. He was the best. The best.
Ruben Studdard in Gladiator would be awesome. He's in the gauntlet. Yeah, I loved
No, that was good TV.
American Gladiator. Yes, I loved it. So it was a little gay. I'm just gonna say.
I don't know. I always looked at it like it gave the average Joe a shot at, glory.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if you were on American Gladiators and you won one game, you knocked somebody off that, with the little things they hit.
oh yeah. Jousting.
You be talking about it.
I like that, and I like when they would roll in the big hamster balls.
Can you get a picture of Helga up there? Just for the rest of the show?
If I find her.
You pull up Helga.
If I find her, I'll pull it up. There's a laser,
Laser.
Oh.
Zap, Hawk, Nitro,
Told you.
Gemini, Diesel,
Oh,
Saber,
Saber.
Lace, Thunder, Viper, Malibu,
These are 90s names.
Yeah.
Sunny.
It's just Sunny. Your dad was a...
Yeah, he
Some
was.
of these
I
don't
can see
have
that.
pictures. Ice,
Ice.
Diamond,
Diamond.
Oh, I remember Diamond.
Tower, Sky, Siren, Gold, Jazz.
Also, all these could be
Storm.
stripper names.
Alright, let me see if I can find a picture of Helga.
if you could, if you were like name 30 stripper names, all those.
Yeah.
Blaze,
That's
Nitro, Ice,
the
Diamond,
next podcast.
Blaze. Yeah. So while she looks up Helga, do you remember renting like 5 movies or games at a time from
Yep.
Blockbuster?
Blockbuster. That's also something that we pushed on our kids as long as we could, because Family Video, Blockbuster I think was pretty much shut down, but Family Video was a thing in our town, and that was our Friday night tradition. Was they put a Family Video and a Domino's right next to each other, so we would go there, and Family Video had this cool thing where they had the free videos for the kids and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they would go rent video games or the free movies, and we load up on all the new movies. I
Well,
love stuff like
It
that.
used to be a thing where you could rent 3 to 5
Mhm.
movies at a time. Oh, there she is.
Yep,
I told you she's buff, man. She'd be EDM.
that's what I want.
Is this they brought it back?
Yeah, she might have been one of the newer ones because you didn't name her in all the
Yeah.
originals. We're not up to date on our. Somebody out there
Has it
like,
already been canceled? Because I'm kind of sad I missed it. If they,
Can you watch it on Amazon? You can get the Blu-ray.
I've got Amazon, but not on this laptop. But, Helga.
Let me see when she was on.
Not to be stereotypical, but she looks like a Helga.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she carried 2 beer steins and wore an Oktoberfest outfit. That's what she looked like.
I'm about to go home and work out with a kettlebell.
Gaines. Also, this was huge.
Trump?
It's huge.
Oh no, she was.
You're not in your microphone.
There was a Helga from 89 to 96.
Oh, well, there you go. It's the same chick?
Probably not.
I was going to say, because the one you put up is the one I remember.
I can't.
Well, a
get
couple
on
of those
that
people
picture.
died too. So.
Yep.
They're in the great arena in the sky.
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
You think heaven has American Gladiators?
I hope so. It says that every man should sit under his own vine and tend his own fig tree. So
It would be cool if you got to the gates and St. Peter was like, you're on the list, but
you
you got to get past Helga.
gotta go through the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Is that it?
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Something that was huge in my circle of friends in the 90s, probably early 90s. BMX bikes, baby.
Yeah. I have X Games on my list.
Mongoose.
Yeah, Mongoose was it.
Mongoose. Mongoose had a bike called the Hooligan. Do you remember this?
Maybe.
And it was like everyone wanted this bike. And I did not get one. But my dad did get us a Diamondback that was like, he found it somewhere. And it was like one of the Joker type Diamondbacks. And that was also a big name in BMX bikes back in the day. A lot of times I would get the banana seat bike and I was upset about that.
Yeah.
I finally got that.
I could see why. That's not a nostalgic thing that takes you back to.
No, it was hard.
You're just.
It felt harder to jump ramps with too.
Well, yeah. Those weren't built for that.
But I did get a Diamondback, so.
Nice. I know I was more, like I said, because I have X Games on here, that was big in the 90s. I was more of a skateboard guy, so the bikes I hung out with a lot of guys that rode BMX and stuff like that, and so I knew about the Mongoose and stuff, but yeah, it's more skateboard and rollerblade.
Right.
So I did
Yeah.
a lot of rollerblading in the 90s.
I did not rollerblade.
Yeah.
You got me skating some.
Yeah.
And hence concussions, but
That's why we're all.
yay! We have a podcast. But yeah. So and then probably honorable mentions. I had the MASH theme song.
Yeah.
Let you know it was time for bed.
That's what triggered this whole podcast. Well, I know you were talking about how much you hate MASH, right?
No, we watched it. We tried to watch it,
Oh, okay. But it was
and
on
it
too
was
late.
it was one of those things that was like really dated. Was we watched it, but the theme song was nostalgic. It's like, oh, it's time. It makes you sleepy. Time for bed. Hemp necklaces.
Oh, I love the hemp necklaces with the shroom.
Yeah. Hacky sack. And you remember
I
when
did a lot of
everything
that.
70s was cool again in the 90s?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a little bit of a hippie. Well, the grunge and hippie stuff kind of.
They kind of
Because
coincided.
you would,
I blame Austin Powers.
Austin. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
there's a reason
baby.
for that. And then the last thing I have really that we need to talk about is the Charlotte Hornets starter jacket.
Yes, if you didn't bring up starter jackets, I was going to.
Starter jackets in general.
Yes,
But for some reason,
that was it.
the starter jacket for the Charlotte Hornets, why is this the one?
You know, I don't know, especially because I have a thing about sports we're going to talk about, so I won't get too much into it. But
I'm done after this. So
Well, I mean, just staying along with the starter jackets, you think the Bulls would have been the
I
starter
think
jacket.
the Bulls were the most popular at this time, but they're also the most expensive.
I think I saw that one more.
I definitely saw this more than the Bulls.
Yeah.
You saw the Bulls.
Well, there was I think it was Larry Johnson and Muggsy. Yeah.
And Alonzo Mourning.
Yes.
So Grandma Ma was kind of big
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Now, I give my mom.
But they barely, they barely made it past the conference finals. Like they,
Yeah, I don't
they
think
made
that-
the playoffs, but they always got beat
Yeah.
by the Bulls. Except for like 1 year, right?
Everybody did. Yeah.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
But I think people liked the colors. And they were expansion team.
hmm So yeah, maybe it was the new thing.
They were a new thing. And in the 90s, those colors were,
And I will say it's a
Yeah.
cool logo.
it's
Too.
cool. Especially in the 90s, that was like,
But anyways, what I was saying about starter jackets was I give my mom so much crap all the time about like, for me, what I wanted was Reebok pumps. I got LA Gear. And I used to tease her about it, stuff like, hey, you could have got me some Reebok pumps, And what was the other thing? I forget now, but she did buy me Los Angeles Kings starter jacket. So I did rock the starter jacket in the 90s for a while. I had the black and gray LA Kings.
I don't know that I ever had a starter jacket.
Yeah.
What I did have was the ugliest Dallas Cowboys shoes that you ever saw. Cowboys were cool in the early 90s, but this was later in the 90s. So I was like, oh.
This was yesterday.
And I got made fun of so hard for those Dallas Cowboys
Yeah,
shoes.
the LA Gear thing I got made fun of because everybody had the Reebok pumps.
Right.
And they were the pumps, but they were LA Gear, so people were just like,
What are those?
Yeah, really,
That's
dude?
before what are those? But
yeah. But yeah, so I did, shout out to mom, I guess, I did have the LA Kings starter jacket so I
That's
did get
pretty-
that.
I wish you still had that.
I know, it probably would fit.
No,
Had
that'd
it.
be cool to have.
Yeah, wonder if it's worth any money. I'll see if she still got it. My mom saves everything.
You know, it probably was worth money.
It probably was, yeah.
You have a pair of Reebok pumps that Noah gave you.
Yeah, they don't fit. That's how good of a parent I am. I bought Noah some Reebok pumps, but they were like, I think they were like when he was like wearing size 8, 8.5 or something. They're a little too small. So I'll look at them. But another thing big for me in the 90s was, like we were talking about sports. I think just like music,
Amazing.
we're going to talk about sports. But I
I
think
never saw this coming. Though.
Yeah, you would never guess. I was going to talk about probably baseball too.
Baseball.
But I think sports were crazy good in the 90s also.
Yeah.
Because you did have the Chicago Bulls on that crazy run. The Dallas Cowboys, I think, won 3 Super Bowls in that time. And baseball was on...
Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, well, baseball was on steroids.
Oh yes.
And that's my favorite.
That was later than
That was my favorite era of baseball.
Yeah. Sammy Sosa.
Mark McGuire
Mark McGwire.
breaking the single season home run record and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, I miss. Maybe that could be another one.
Well, I mean,
I get
later in the
nostalgic about
90s,
steroid baseball.
we give them a hard time about steroids, but before that, it was Coke. What was Darryl Strawberry on? Like
A lot of stuff, yeah.
It's like everything.
Fantastic baseball player though. So, but yeah, baseball was. I think that was its heyday. It was the
Yeah.
'90s.
I remember, like, and I wasn't even a huge baseball fan, but in the '90s, there were so many greats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I mean, you had crossovers, Bo Jackson,
Yeah,
Michael Jordan,
for a minute, yeah.
for a second.
We'll stick to Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, yeah, and Bo Jackson. They did it right.
Yeah,
They did it right. I think that Jordan wanted to be like Bo. Or,
yeah. Well, and Bo Jackson had the whole brand. Bo knows, and he did.
Yeah.
He knew. But he was a baseball player, football player, and he's a really good archer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yep.
But your guy, just lost the name,
Randy Johnson,
Johnson,
the bird killer.
the bird killer, but he was.
Well, I mean, that's always
Nolan
my,
Ryan.
yeah, and that's always my argument to people. Like, you get in the steroid debate and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't mind it because not only did you have Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, all them guys just killing the ball, but you also had Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Randy Johnson. You had all these great pitchers that were still Nolan Ryan, just destroying people.
Yeah, really. And Nolan Ryan will punch your face.
Yeah. The biggest thing baseball got wrong was Nolan Ryan never got a Cy Young. So
Well,
I'll get on that.
and Pete Rose.
Never getting in the Hall of Fame is
Right.
yeah. Well, I think all those guys should be. Like, put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Put Barry Bonds, all those guys. They
And
had
Mark
to be.
McGuire. Yeah,
Yeah.
put him in there.
They made it great. People were watching baseball.
Yeah. Listen. Put a different category if you want.
Yeah.
These were roided up. They're still awesome.
The best on steroids.
More
Yeah.
people were watching baseball during that home run race than I remember anybody.
Oh, absolutely. It was all the talk in school. Like, if you went to a school now and you started trying to talk to somebody about baseball, you'd probably get laughed at.
You want to hear my hot take on this?
Yes.
From someone who knows nothing about what they're talking about.
You know everything about Korean.
That's right. Remember the motto of this podcast. We don't verify.
Oh, yeah.
we're not fact checking.
We don't know.
We're going to say it like it's true.
In case you didn't know, we don't know what we're talking about.
I think the steroid scandal saved baseball.
Okay.
Because remember the strikes?
Mm-hmm.
And how everything was going down? I think that was like one of the
Oh.
things that kept people from just like, it used to be America's pastime,
Mhm.
that everybody was moving to football. I think the roids and all those home runs kind of helped
Yeah.
keep
Oh, it absolutely did. Yeah.
people interested.
Well, like I said, you had, and I think, and this is probably the old man 1990s version of me. He'll come back, but like, I think players were tougher. Like you didn't see Nolan Ryan and those guys coming out of games because of a pitch count
Right.
or stuff like that. Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa didn't take a day off because well, I've hit 50 home runs. I can take a day off. No, they were just like, we can hit 70.
Ken Griffey was hurt a lot,
Yeah,
but I mean that dude was hurt all the time.
I think King Griffey Jr. would have been the all-time home run leader if he'd have stayed healthy.
Right.
The best left-handed swing in baseball, just in the backwards hat.
It's pretty awesome. I'd like to see. See how far we can take it. Void them up. Go to the max. I mean, let's take it to a Secret of the Ooze Ninja Turtle level. Pump them full of whatever you can pump them full of. See how far we can hit that ball.
Well, you know what I find crazy too? Like Alex Rodriguez, we're getting out of the 90s a little bit, but when he was in the Yankees, he got suspended for steroids, but he was using them to recover from an injury.
Right.
Like when he came back, everybody was like, "Oh my God, he came back so fast! That's crazy. He was able to recover."
Mm-hmm.
Found out he was taking some kind of illegal, steroid to do that, and I'm like, because the guy wants to play baseball.
Yeah.
Like get over it.
Yeah. And, you guys were thankful for A-Rod all those years that baseball sucked. And they,
Yeah.
him and
Derek Jeter,
Jeter were keeping it
Overhand,
keeping
overhand,
people
son.
tuning in.
Mariano Rivera, the Sandman.
You ought to thank him. Go right up, man. We understand. You're hurt.
Yeah, I'm a big believer.
I'm someone who's not like, oh, they took steroids. So what? You know, for something like that, you're recovering from an injury. A doctor prescribes you steroids.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you gone in and people got a Buterol or something, you know, for a cold they had? You get steroids. Not if you're an athlete.
Yeah.
You ain't taking that. You're in trouble. Or you got somebody like LeBron James who's 70 years old. He's going to need testosterone and supplements to keep going. And if he can still play on those jacked up feet, let him, man.
Yeah.
Let him take what he needs.
Well, I mean, he dumps. I think I've read somewhere it's like close to $1 million of like to keep his body in shape.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Well, and
I would need 2 to get to even half that level.
well, even if we took everything available on the planet, we would not play like LeBron James.
Oh. I say we take some steroids and find out.
Let's do it. It's a ABK experiment.
Yeah. We'll see if I can dunk a basketball.
We're getting roided up. It's gonna get rocky at home for a while.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I was joking about that. Obviously, don't take drugs.
I mean, we said we didn't know what we're talking about.
But on the other hand, take drugs. No,
Yeah. You know something we could do in the 90s was take a joke.
yeah, it's true. I remember they had Daryl Strawberry on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Cough medicine, wasn't it?
I think so. They, I remember, I think Mr. Burns called them all in to play on the company softball team. Like he brought in a bunch of ringers.
Oh, something else in the 90s. Remember they gave away that house in Nevada that looked exactly like the Simpsons house?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I don't.
It's still out there somewhere, I think. You know,
I'd love to have that house. We're going to Nevada.
Yeah, move it.
We're out of here.
I don't know if you have anything else.
Yes, one more thing. I did look up popular haircuts.
Mullets?
No, the butt cut was high on the list.
Yeah, this is kind of a personal thing.
It is. Used to make fun of me all the time, but that was the thing in the 90s was the straight part down the middle.
Chandler had one.
Yeah. Well, I think the most popular haircut was the is it Rachel? Is that Jennifer Aniston's?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't watch Friends until I met Jack, but that haircut was the most popular. I guess all the girls had the Rachel haircut. Also, the frosty tips.
Frosted tips.
So,
I can't say
the
nothing about-
highlights. Yeah.
I guess I can't say nothing about your butt cut.
Yeah.
I had a frosted tips.
I had that one in my pocket.
Sorry. Dissing me.
It was all the rage.
It was the 90s. And I had a...
What I found insulting though was that's what they called it on the list was the butt, the butt cut.
Wait, now, didn't you say there was a musical thing that was like late 90s into 2000?
That was Crazy Town.
Oh, Crazy Town. That was the one.
Yeah, Butterfly was. I looked it up on Apple Music, and unless Apple Music failed me, the album that Butterfly's on came out in like 97, 98, I guess. And unless they re-released it, it didn't go number 1 until like 2001. So that's why I said it kind
I
of.
wonder what the delay was.
I don't know. It's a fantastic
Do
song.
you remember also that song?
Wait, it was. You think it had something to do with being in the movie?
Orange County.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is
Maybe.
true. I didn't think about that. Jack Black made it.
Do you remember
popular.
also that song Vitamin C did? Sunshine?
Yes,
Is that
I
it?
do.
Sunshine? Summer? I don't even know what it's called. Something like that.
You have to sing it.
Try to get an idea.
Give me a verse and a chorus.
I don't know. Maybe Jack can look it up while I got something for you here. This has nothing to do with the 90s. I just saw this and thought this is going to be interesting.
Okay.
It is Sky Pop Protein Soda. Again, no bulls were used in the making of this. Actually,
How do you know?
there was cows because it has whey protein in it. So, no steroids, but it's protein soda.
That's for the next podcast, steroids.
Steroids. So it's got 1 gram of carbs, but after you add the protein in, you're getting like 9 grams of protein, 10 grams of protein, and 45 calories. So it's supposed to be a healthy soda pop, and it has whey in it.
Is that my cup, or do I need to use this one?
Yes, that's your cup.
I didn't know if Jack wanted to
This
try
is
this
my
or not.
cup.
Okay.
I gotta get up.
The vitamin C song that I remember was the graduation or Friends Forever song.
I don't know if that's the one that I was remembering.
They also have one called Smile.
Smile, that's it. Smile.
Smile.
We can't play it, but.
Is it bad?
Oh, this is like red looking.
Brother, ooh.
Brother, ew! Look, I want the camera to see this. It looks like big red. Not quite, but. I don't know why I gave you so much. I'm just trying to.
Oh, because you know.
Hope you like it.
Yes. Even if
This
I
is-
don't.
This just says pop, so I don't know if it's supposed to be like. But it's got, look, it's got the icy,
Is that the bomb pop?
yeah, on the can. So maybe it's supposed to be like that. Here, Jack.
It does have the fireworks and stuff. It's definitely bomb pop.
It's bomb pop.
Bomb pop.
Here's to you, man.
Yep. And the 90s.
Nostravi. Bomb pop.
That's not too bad.
It's not bad. Like, it doesn't taste. Sometimes protein things are funky. This isn't funky at all. It's just sweet.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a. It does not have a diet like aspartame aftertaste. That might be legit.
Sky pop.
That does taste like those summertime red, white, and blue popsicle things.
Yeah. Bomb pops.
You're right. Bomb pops. I'm sorry.
For the fifth time. I'm sorry. In case you didn't know, those were called bomb pops.
Back up off me.
Did you give me a root beer?
This is root beer.
Oh man. My favorite.
Drinking beer in this podcast. And it's kind of clear looking too. So I don't think there's any like artificial color in this. It said whey protein, natural colors, vegetable juice, mushroom extract.
Uh-oh.
It contains no juice. Did I pour yours yet?
You did not.
Down the hatch, Jack.
It smells like root beer.
Sarsaparilla. Diced straight up root beer. That smells good.
Yeah. That's a weird root beer. Oh.
A little bit of aftertaste.
It's got a bad aftertaste. It's one of those.
Think kind of like a float, and it might help the aftertaste. Like a root beer float.
Yeah. Not a fan of that one.
A little medicine-y.
Yeah.
That's really it's really sweet. It's crazy sweet, and you can kind of it does have aftertaste.
Yeah, the aftertaste, I can't, that's no root beer float I ever had.
It reminds me of something, I just can't place it.
I'll tell you what it reminds me of: artificial creamer. Like the finish, look back.
Nothing? Focus.
I can't think of what it reminds me of,
I
but
hate you so much.
Whatever, bomb pop.
Bomb pop. That was fine. The bomb pop was
That was
definitely
pretty
better.
good, yeah.
It was better than a root beer.
Yeah.
I thought the root beer was going to be better, but that was not good. I thought that was going to be a fun end to this, and that kind of brought it down.
Yeah, that was a depressing end. We need some nostalgia to bring us back up.
Lawn darts.
Lawn darts. You ever got stabbed by a lawn dart?
No, but check this out. I heard that the reason they stopped it is somebody did get killed.
I could see why.
Yeah. That's why kids these days are soft. Back in the day, we would go out in the yard and throw spears into the air at each other.
While drinking beer and smoking cigarettes.
That's right. Zimas.
And snorting.
We was 7 years old drinking Zimas.
And snorting Red Dye 40.
Red Dot 40, doing steroids, and throwing lawn darts at each other.
Oh, those were the days.
Back up. Listening to Pantera.
That's right.
All right, that's all I got.
That's the ending.
That's the ending.
That is the ending.
All right.
We just said that's the ending.
I have a question.
Oh,
Shoot.
good.
What is your
Personal,
Yeah, it's not Everclear, is it?
it's not ever clear.
yeah? What is your personal nostalgia that nobody else is nostalgic for?
I've got a weird one. I got two weird ones. One is gooseberries. Has anybody ever had gooseberries? That's why I didn't bring it up. I think anybody relate. In my,
Is that like Zima?
they're related to tomatillos.
I don't even know what that is either.
In my grandpa's front yard, where I live now, actually, there was a row of gooseberry plants.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were green, you could pick them and eat them, and they were super tart, like tart. But when they turned red, they were still pretty tart, but they like a real fruity taste. And it was like, think like a cross between I don't know, grape and like a berry or something, like, you know, something else. Gooseberries. We used to murder gooseberries in the summertime.
So it takes you back to your grandpa's place. then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gooseberries,
I
we
got
would eat gooseberries, suck the honeysuckles,
Mm-hmm.
and then he also had a rhubarb patch. We eat rhubarb out of there. So that's one thing. The other thing was, this is stupid, but we tried to smoke everything when I was a kid. We tried to smoke everything. We got close. No.
It was the 90s.
When we could get cigarettes, we'd smoke them. But
Yeah.
we tried to smoke grapevines. And my dad he would roll his own cigarettes, and we stole the machine one time, and we tried to put clove in it and smoke that because we heard you could smoke clove. We tried to smoke everything. He had that where you could roll your own cigarettes. So anything we could try to put in there to smoke, we tried to smoke. All kinds of stuff.
So what, when you're out there chewing on grass, it takes you back to Coy's mowing. You smoke
I
that.
bet you could smoke that. Nobody else did that? Me neither. I made all that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my nostalgia thing. We tried to smoke everything. And gooseberries. So,
That's the ending we wanted.
yeah. Alright. I'm out.